Good morning, my dear student, and you are welcome in online virtual class conducted by the USA Balvatika. And it's me, your math teacher, and I'm here being safe in home quarantine. And I hope you are also being staying safely at home or in hometown, as well as district or any places being in home quarantine. And today, in the first day of your mathematics class, we'll talk about the first unit, that the set. And here we'll talk about the introduction of set, then set notation and the cardinality of set. And I hope you'll be enjoying and you'll be trying to understand at home. And if you get any confusion or if you have any questions, you can ask me or as a messenger group or as well as in virtual class below, that you can type below this video. And now in the first session I'll talk about the introduction of set. Okay, so my dear student will have learned already about the set in our previous classes too. And now I want to make you revise from the introduction of the set. The first part in introduction of set. You know that about the introduction of set, we'll talk about the like a परिचय भन्छ नि हैन. Set भनेको चाहिँ नेपालीमा समूह भनिन्छ है. Samūह, it's called समूह. That means simply group also. We can tell the set as a group. And now we have many sets of group in our locality as well as in different places. So in the part of the introduction of set, let's talk about, I want to make you try to understand by three words that are, at first we should have a collection to be a set. We have to be a collection of any materials. Okay. फर्स्टमा चाहिँ के सम्झनु पर्यो भने सेट हुनलाई कलेक्सन चाहिन्छ भनेर सम्झनु पर्यो. And you know what the meaning of collection? थाहा छ नि हैन कलेक्सन भनेको के हो भनेर? कलेक्सन भनेको चाहिँ के हो रे? एउटा जम्मा गर्नु, to keep together. You remind it, to keep together, सँगै राख्नु. That's your class also. All the students of your class are being together in class also. That is also collection. Or your bag, that we can keep our books, copies, as well as pencil, geometrical materials, or anything we have to keep in our school bag or any bags. That is also collection. But the collection भनेको मात्रै त सेट होइन नि. collection भन्नाले अर्को कुरा पनि चाहिन्छ. That collection should be the well defined. के चाहिन्छ अरे? well defined चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ. के हुनुपर्छ? collection. हामीले बनाएको collection, that should be a well defined collection. And what the meaning of well defined? Let's talk about it. well defined, well भनेको चाहिँ थाहा छैन एकदम राम्रो भनेको. define भनेको चाहिँ परिभाषित भनेको. That means we can tell it no other meaning. No other meaning. It should have a singular meaning. एउटा मात्र unit meaning हुनुपर्छ. That is called well defined. well defined भनेको चाहिँ के रहेछ अरे? distinct पनि भन्न मिल्छ हामी. Or that means no other meaning. We don't be a confusion. That is the collection, but it's a well defined or not. यो well defined हो कि हैन? यो कुन ग्रुपमा पर्छ भनेर हामीलाई थाहा भएन भने that the collection is not a well defined collection. यति बेला चाहिँ त्यो collection के हुँदैन? well defined हुँदैन. I want to make it revise the term well defined. well defined means the distinct meaning of distinct. Spelling you see here. Distinct. That means no other meaning. Have a singular meaning And at that time, we can tell the collection is well defined. And now, collection त भयो, well defined collection. त्यो collection थियो, collection well defined भयो, त्यतिले मात्रै पनि सेट भएन. Collection त हो, त्यो collection well defined पनि छ, तर त्यो collection केसको हो भनेर हामीलाई थाहा भएन भने चाहिँ त्यो फेरि सेट मानिदैन. That is an object. There should be an object. The collection चाहिँ केसको हुनुपर्छ अरे object को हुनुपर्छ. And the meaning of object is हामीलाई थाहा छ सामग्री वस्तु anything. So now three things are this one. To be a set, there should be a collection. Then that collection should be well defined of any object. Now we can give the definition of the set. By this way, you can note in your copy also. I hope you have a copy or any written material that might be pencil, pen, or both and anything. So you can copy it now. You can pause this video to copy the notes here that I'm going to write here. The definition of the set. हेरौँ है, अब हामी definition of set बनाउनलाई के गर्न सक्ने भयौं? Collection well defined object लाई to keep it together we can make a definition of the set. Means the collection, yes, first word I have written here, the collection काम भयो, collection of के? Well defined, collection of well defined object. ये है, म तीनटा कुरा लेखेँ नि. Collection, ये collection यहाँ आयो, well defined पनि यही छ र object छ. त्यो तीनटा कुरालाई मैले बीचमा join गरेर I came to be able to write the definition of the shape. The collection of well defined object is called or is known as or is said to be a set. Said to be a set. I hope you understood the introduction of the set. Now, अब चाहिँ हामीले के सम्झनु पर्यो रे? कलेक्सन अफ वेल डिफाइन्ड अब्जेक्ट छ भने त्यसलाई हामी के भन्न सक्ने भयौं? सेट भन्न सक्ने भयौं. सेटलाई चाहिँ हामी नेपालीमा के भन्छौं? समूह. And the word set means nearly the same meaning with group. And now, and secondly, I will talk about the set notation. Means how can we write or how can we denote the set? Let's talk about it. Set notation. I will write here, and you just follow me in your video and try to understand that. I hope. Introduction भइसके पछाडि अब हामी set notation को बारेमा कुरा गर्दैछौं. Set notation भनेको चाहिँ के रे? How we can denote or how can we write the set and its member, that means elements also. Now set notation लाई चाहिँ हामी के गर्न सक्ने भयौं? I'll try to tell in Nepali because it will be very helpful to understand to you. Now म भन्छु त्यही अनुसार गर्दै जाने है त. Set notation मा चाहिँ हामी set लाई कसरी बनाउँछौं भनेर कुरा गर्छौं. That means the set is denoted by a capital letter. And by which letter you are being confused? That means any letter from A to Z. Z. A देखि Z सम्म भएका कुनै पनि लेटरहरुले हामी यो सेटलाई चाहिँ डिनोट गर्न सक्छौं. र यसका एलिमेन्ट्सहरु जे छन् तिनीहरुलाई हामी मेम्बर भन्छौं अथवा सदस्य भन्छौं नेपालीमा, अथवा that means simply elements of the set. And that elements of the set can be represented or can be read right here by a small letter. And what are the elements that you can write in small letter? By separating comma and enclosed by a curly bracket. That means I will simply write an example of how to write the shape. Means, let's have one example. That is the vowel sounds in English alphabet. What are they, you know? Can you guess? Yeah, obviously, vowel sound means vowel we have to write. Vowel ko first letter B छ नि. Simply we can use that system to denote or to write the set. That B is in should be write the capital letter. मैले भर्खर के भनेको थिएँ रे सेट नोटेसनमा सेटको नामलाई चाहिँ हामी क्यापिटल लेटरबाट देखाउँछौँ क्यापिटल लेटरबाट डिनोट गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अथवा क्यापिटल लेटरमा लेख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ द्याट्स वाइ बी भावलको फर्स्ट लेटर बी हुन्छ त्यो बी लाई मैले यहाँ के गरे क्यापिटलमा लेखेँ यो चाहिँ के भयो नेम अफ द सेट यो हामीले भावल साउन्ड लेख्दै छौं भन्ने जनाउनलाई क्यापिटल बी ले काम गर्यो र यसको एलिमेन्ट्सहरु हामीलाई थाहा छ नि है भावल लेटर्सहरुमा अफ इंग्लिश अल्फाबेटमा के पर्छ ए ई आई O and U. So you can write that simply in small letter by separating comma. A, E, I, O, U and you close by a curly bracket. I think you are being confused to write the curly bracket. Simply you are making this one. It's a bit wrong. It's not like a curly bracket. So please try to write. Once again you can try in a rough paper to write the how to represent the middle bracket or in simply we can tell it curly braces that is here I'll just write in smooth like this one left hand side and in the right hand side you can make it like this one and you will try to make finally if you try and it's an attempt you can write it this way and finally you will be able to write yes, faster you can be able. Okay, so you understood or not? Once again, let me revise it once again. Set ko naam lai cha hami capital letter as point here you see the capital letter B and equal to लेख्ने र यो के जनाउँछ भन्ने कुरा हुन्छ B लाई हामीले के भन्दैछौँ vowel sound हरु लेख्दैछौँ. Vowel sound means we know that A E I O U. I have written here in a small letter by separating a comma. In the same way, you can also use to write the elements or member of the set is in a small letter. Separating by capital letter, commas and enclosed by a curly bracket. I hope you understood now how to notation of the set means how to denote the set. Okay. So I hope you understood. You can write more example by yourself. One more example I want to write here might be the first letter of English alphabet or simply alphabet लेख्ने कुरामा चाहिँ हामी अब ए या यो जस्तो लेखे जस्तै हामी सानो अक्षरमा अथवा स्मल लेटरमा लेख्न सक्छौं. फेरि कुरा होला how to write the days in a week. That's also collection भयो कि भएन है days in a week भनेपछि सेट भयो कि भएन you be sure and भयो कि भएन भनेर चेक गर्न हेरौँ है कलेक्सन त जे पनि कलेक्सन हो हामीले एकै ठाउँ राख्ने कुराहरु हरेक कुराहरु के हुन्छन् कलेक्सन हुन्छन् तर त्यो सबै कलेक्सनहरु वेल डिफाइन नहुने भएको हुनाले त्यो के हुँदैन सेटमा पर्दैन. अहिले हामीले भावल साउन्ड्सहरु भन्यौं यिनीहरु सबै के हुन् वेल डिफाइन हुन् किन भावल साउन्डमा बी हुने चान्स छैन अथवा डी हुने अथवा जेड हुने चान्स छैन किन हामीलाई थाहा छ these are the distinct that been already defined what are called the vowel letters. Okay, same ways now we can write the set of days in a week. They are week भन्यो हैन days in a week भनेपछि week को first letter के भयो W. You can denote that W. And at this time, how to write in a small letter the days in a week भन्ने कुरा होला त्यसमा चाहिँ कन्फ्युज नहुनु किन हामी स्मल लेटर भनेको फर्स्ट पेज गर्न लेख्न सकिहाल्यो सन्डे हुन्छ नि हैन सन्डे कमा देन मंडे कमा देन ट्युजडे लाइक सेम way sorry ट्युजडे डट गर्दै हामी कहाँसम्म लेख्ने भयौं स्याटरडे सम्म सबै कुरा लेख्नु है मैले चाहिँ अल्छी गरेर थोरै यहाँनिर you can write up to Saturday and these are the elements of the set. Now finally okay you cannot see here I'll write upward I hope you are trying to understand and here in the first session finally I'll talk about the set representation of set. अब चाहिँ हामी लास्टमा फर्स्ट क्लासको फर्स्ट डेको फर्स्ट सेसनको अन्तिम चरणमा छौँ द्याट इज रिप्रेजेन्टेसन अफ सेट हामी यसमा चाहिँ कुरा गर्दैछौँ रिप्रेजेन्टेसन अफ सेटमा फेरि कन्फ्युजन होला है अघि नोटेसन भन्ने अनि फेरि रिप्रेजेन्टेसन भनेको यो सँगसँग किन आइरहेछ भन्ने होला अघि चाहिँ हामी कसरी देखाउन सक्छौँ भनेको अहिले चाहिँ सेटलाई पनि कसरी देखाउन सक्छौँ भन्ने कुरा हो तर मेथड्स हुन्छ अघि हामी मेम्बरलाई कसरी देखाउने र नेम अफ द सेटलाई कसरी देखाउने भन्ने कुरा गर्यौँ नाउ विल टक अबाउट द होल सेटलाई नै कसरी कसरी हामी जनाउन सक्छौँ भन्छौँ जस्तो कि हाम्रो नाम सिस्टममा के हुन्छ जस्तो माई नेम इज डिबी खड्का आई क्यान टेल इट खड्का डिबी अल्सो इन इङ्ग्लिस सिस्टम या यु नो द्याट यस राइट म मेरो नामलाई यसरी पनि भन्न सक्छु अथवा यसरी पनि भन्न सक्छु सेम वेज हाम्रा मेथडहरू हुन्छन् प्रत्येक कुराको कसरी देखाउने भनेर सो इन दिस टपिक रिप्रेजेन्टेसन अफ सेट वी आर गोइङ टु टक अबाउट द हाउ टु डिनोट or how to represent the sets. Okay? Now there are simply we'll talk about the three types of representation of set. Okay. Now firstly we'll talk about the in the representation of set we can write a description method. हामी के गर्न सक्छौं description method मा कुरा गर्न सक्छौं ओके एन्ड सेकेन्ड त्यसपछि हामी के गर्न सक्छौं लिस्टिङ मेथड मा पनि हामी सेटलाई जनाउन सक्छौं लिस्टिङ मेथड ओके लिस्ट बनाएर देखाउन सक्छौं अथवा फाइनली हामी यही सेटलाई के गर्न सक्छौं सेट बिल्डर फर्ममा पनि देखाउन सक्छौं ओके Now you copy it. I'll be present in your second video or second session of this class. Hope you are enjoying.